Hey everybody, it's Melissa. Super excited to do my full review, honest opinion as always, of Dolce Gabbana The One EDT. This fragrance, y'all, sexy. All right, I'm gonna just say that right off the bat. Is it worth it to you? Depends. Do you want a sexy fragrance? If you do, it is. Just because the price point of this scent, I bought this for around $39, and I'll have the discount code for it in the comment section pinned if you want to support the channel. Of course, please buy where you're comfortable. But this is the 100 ml. It feels bigger than the 100 ml, but it is the 100 ml. And this scent, y'all, to me, there are like 4 notes that stand out on my skin. The first being cardamom, the other ones being lavender. I think it was basil or ginger. Maybe we're up to 4 right now. But then in the dry down, amber. I believe that this, to some people, had more of a woody dry down or even like a tobacco-y sort of dry down. But for me, it very much went in the amber direction. And I am going to say it, I think that the EDT is better than the EDP. And I feel like a lot of people, because Dolce Gabbana The One EDP is known to have lackluster performance, they assume the same thing for the EDT. And that's kind of how I felt when I was wearing it. I decided to throw this on as my scent of the day. If you saw, I did 2 sprays here on my wrist, but I ended up doing 6 sprays total of this fragrance, 2 behind each ear and then 2 on the back of my neck, 6 sprays of it, just to kind of see how it is in my scent bubble. I did end up going on a walk and it was hot outside, so I wanted to test that theory as well of, is this decent in warm weather? And I would say you absolutely can wear it when it's warmer, but it's not a hot weather scent. That might seem like common sense, but you know, for people that live in warmer conditions and the EDP is just a little bit too much for you, this one to me is the more balanced fragrance. I do think that it's better than the EDP, both in balance and or just the way that it smells. I find it to be a lot sexier for some reason. I think with the EDP, the amber definitely became more dominant. It's still good. That one's still a really great DNA for a good reason, but the EDT smell-wise is better and performance-wise was better. All right, because I thought that I went, I thought I went nose blind to this fragrance, especially after that 3-hour mark. I wasn't picking it up as much. In fact, I did 2 sprays of my Lafayette fragrance here as well, if you saw my unboxing video. And that was the thing that was blasting. And I still got really good performance off Lafayette Street. I'm coming from the full-size bottle of it. But after that 3-hour mark, I didn't smell it as much. But on and off again, I would just smell whiffs of these fragrance. And I think what I like about applying it on, like, on my neck or behind each ear in the back of my neck, is that it's not like applying it on your wrist where you're like, is it still there? And you have to put your nose to it to detect that, right? You're either gonna smell it wafting around you or you're not. So for me, after that 3-hour mark, thought that it was not really there as much anymore. But randomly, in that 6-hour mark, I kind of smelled it pick up again. And I was like, okay, maybe I'm nose blind to it, or it's just popping up. And no, I wasn't under the sun or anything. I was indoors, and then I smelled it. And then before I went to bed, I also kind of smelled it a little bit, or like at nighttime, not exactly before I went to bed, but at nighttime when I was like in my room, I smelled it again. So I said, okay, the longevity of this fragrance is pretty decent, but it's not a projecting scent. Okay, this isn't something that is going to be just in your scent bubble the whole time. It's gonna be more of the fragrance that when you hug people, or if you're being intimate and you're in those type of date situations, it's gonna smell good, because the only person that would really be able to pick up on it is the person that you're with and the person that you're getting close to, right? So again, I found the performance to be pretty good with this fragrance. Definitely a lot better than people give it credit for sure. Know that you will go nose blind to the scent. That is going to be bound to happen. But I was very shocked when I kind of smelled it popping up again. It's like, huh, all right. So if I smelled it popping up, then it's not completely off my skin, and it would come in waves. So this is the interesting thing. when I tried both these fragrances with Lafayette Street is with Lafayette Street, I could smell that thing for like 6 hours, right? Sure, not the whole entire time, because going nose blind is a very common thing. It will happen when you're wearing a fragrance, but it was much more of a prominent presence. And then after that 6 hour mark, I could still kind of smell it when I started like eating. And then of course, you know, with your spoon, fork, whatever, and it was right here. It was pretty obvious, right? So I'm like, okay, Lafayette Street seems to be the better performer. But then I didn't really smell it as much, maybe after that 7 hour mark, unless I really put my nose to it. But then around that 7 hour mark and that 6 hour mark, like I said earlier in this video, Dolce & Gabbana the One started popping off, and not where it was on my wrist, but just when I would be moving around, it would just be wafting around me. So it's kind of, I call it the Oolong Cha effect, because that's exactly what happened when I tried that Nishane fragrance. I made a video the day after I don't remember the specifics of it, but I said that the performance wasn't that great. After I posted that video, I feel like the fragrance heard me. I know it sounds like BS, right? But when I was eating breakfast the next morning, it just slammed in my face. It was like, I'm still here. And I said, oh my God. Yeah, that thing is kicking, right? So that's what happened with the One EDT. And to me, that's a win-win situation, all right? I have a fragrance here that, first of all, it is very sexy, but it's also very work appropriate as well. For all of you kind of looking for a good masculine workwear fragrance that does good with transitions of whether you're at work being professional and then you're hanging out with some friends or going on a date with somebody, just hanging out with some family or whoever, it's going to smell good for those sort of situations as well. Like I've called them work hard, play hard fragrances. So I definitely see this as just a good fragrance to have in your collection, especially for the price point of this. And by the way, I did purchase the tester, which might be why the price is lower than if you were to find it with its original box, but really good. I mean, for the price, for under $40 for this fragrance, for 100 ml, you're getting something that is definitely very mass appealing. This is a super lovable fragrance. It's definitely blind buy worthy, and I would give it the thumbs up with being blind buy approved, but just kind of know situationally where to wear it. You know, don't assume that you're going to wear this to a party and everybody's going to smell you. No, they're not going to smell you. They're going to smell the person that's wearing Baccarat Rouge or Dior Sauvage, because those are projecting fragrances, right? With this sort of scent, again, more intimate, and it's very much, you know, like when you find someone you're interested in and you narrow it down to that person and you're really just trying to chat up that person, then that is where Dolce & Gabbana the One EDT will shine. But that was the biggest surprise of it all, was the longevity. The projection was exactly what I assumed. I was thinking along the lines of the original. I do think that La Nuit de l'Homme on me projects better than this one does. Maybe it's the bottle or the batch that I have of La Nuit, because everybody dogs on the performance of that one, but I find it to be very nice on me. With 3 sprays, I could still smell it. But this one right here, intimate, sensual. That's really what I have to say about it. It's a sensual fragrance that can definitely still be, you know, work appropriate as well. So if you own this scent and you enjoy it or you hate it, let me know in the comment section. Let everybody know your personal opinion about it. If you agree or disagree about the longevity on you, if you go nose blind to it, if you find that it has poor performance on you. But yeah, I just had to keep it real as always and just share with y'all that it definitely caught me off guard. I was expecting this to be maybe a 2-3 hour fragrance. So I'm very happy that it did better than that. And again, I'll put a discount link for it in the comment section below in case you want to check that out, along with all the other fragrances that I am constantly talking about if you want to check those out. But of course, while we're comfortable, I hope y'all have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.